Now I am going to respond to Eisel's video about me. First off, just look. Eisel is using his girlfriend for the thumbnail again, but she is not even in the video, as you will see. As for the title, 7 years of sexual harassment, I thought you were against defaming people of committing sexual crimes, Eisel. Now you are making false allegations of sexual harassment? And I didn't know you for 7 years. I have known you for 5 years, since June of 2016. But let's get to the video. I'm not going to play it from the beginning. I'm definitely going to skip a lot of the parts where he just beat around the bush or talked about other people.
There's another YouTuber who is known for almost nothing other than criticizing my channel or insulting my channel or defaming me personally. The channel is called Fandar. He has several separate channels. One of them is nothing but 100% hate videos directed towards me. You guys might not guess this, but I can provide evidence. For 4 years, I made positive efforts intermittently to reach out to this guy and talk to him about his concerns and overcome his concerns. I really made efforts again and again, not constantly, would have taken up all my time, but intermittently to overcome his hostility with kindness.
Nope. When I joined your Patreon back in 2019 to ask questions, instead of answering my questions directly in plain text, you just gave me video links. And when I couldn't interpret a bloody 1-hour video exactly to the way you wanted me to, you just called me stupid and kicked me out of your Patreon. That is not being kind.
He has no concept of kindness. He has no concept of what it is to be charitable.
I do show kindness to my friends and to my enemies, depending on how terrible they are. I mean, if you think I haven't shown any morals with my exchange with you, that is not true. Just know that I could be a lot worse. I'm just giving you what you deserve based on the type of person you are.
So, I write to this guy. I say, look, I've shown you a lot of kindness. I've shown you a lot of consideration. I've taken a lot of my time to address your concerns, even though many of them are unreasonable. Some of them are insane. Some of them are based on your own, delusions or hallucinations.
So what did I hallucinate about you?
One of the things I said to him is, look, even if you think your harassment and defamation of me is justified, which is not, why have you been doing this to Melissa for 4 years? What did she do wrong? All she did was fall in love with me, and you've made her life hell. And, I may be tough, but Melissa's not that tough. You must know this hurts her more than it hurts me. And you have engaged in this self-righteous, vicious and vitriolic campaign to ruin our lives.
That is a straight-up lie. I never bullied your girlfriend, Melissa. Maybe you have, but I certainly haven't. And if you are such a tough guy, Eisel, you would not have called the police on me 3 times over the past 11 months just because I criticized you.
This guy, he's not the first. He made up the allegation out of thin air that I was a pedophile.
That was not out of thin air. That was because of this clip I got from you, which is the display video on my channel.
I don't want her, she don't want me. And the fact that she's 16 is not even the decisive factor in that.
Now I admit that I was too rushed into making my conclusion that you were a pedophile, and I apologize for that. I should have just included this short clip and let the audience decide.
No evidence, no Google's, no concern. And he made a series of videos claiming and advancing this. To my knowledge, some of them were deleted by Google. I don't know exactly what happened.
YouTube has not deleted a single video from this channel so far, so I guess I'm following the guidelines. I'm clearly not out of line with my videos about you like you think I am. It's a universal right to be able to criticize others like you do. It's called freedom of speech. Sorry, Eisel. Any video that has been deleted from my channel so far has only been deleted by me.
In December of 2019, I mentioned in passing that Essena O'Neill is less attractive today than she was at the height of her fame when she was offered modeling contracts and made a lot of money by appearing in advertisements. This is an unremarkable thing to say, and as it happens, I was saying it in the midst of quite a meaningful video where I was talking about the meaning of life, talking about the fact that whether you're a young lady or a young gentleman, your looks are not going to last, and you really should care about building yourself up intellectually and doing meaningful things with your life. Those things are still going to matter when you're 65. So, it wasn't for no reason that I was commenting on her appearance in passing.
No, you did not say she is less attractive. You straight up called her ugly in the title of your video. There was nothing else in the title. You didn't say people should not rely on their looks or that she is less attractive. You just wrote, Essena O'Neill is ugly now. So that's another straight up lie from you, Eisel.
This guy Fandar fastened onto the fact that I had said in passing that this woman is less attractive now than she was in the past, and he used that as justification to carry out a defamation campaign against me, claiming that I must be a pedophile.
Like I said, the main reason I suspected you were a pedophile was because you said 16 is not even a decisive factor of why you do not want to date a girl. And you calling Essena O'Neill ugly is not a passing mention. Like I said, it was literally the title of your video. Stop lying, Eisel.
He's doing the same thing right now in wringing his hands, trying to come up with crazy, paradoxical, conspiratorial explanations for how it is that I've come to the conclusion that Jasmine Gaines is really quite unattractive.
I did not ask you how you arrived to the conclusion that Jasmine is unattractive. I asked you why you thought it was appropriate to call Jasmine unattractive. Like, why did you think it was okay to insult her by bringing up her looks? Do you not understand basic English, Eisel?
She's also quite overweight at the moment.
Isn't it interesting how Eisel is so quick to point out that a woman is overweight, but he never admits that he is overweight himself?
At the moment, I'm not fat. Now, the reality is, nobody has even bothered to mention this issue because saying that I'm fat.
She's also quite overweight at the moment.
Eisel should really stop having much lower standards for himself than he does for women.
May or may not matter, depending on what angle you're criticizing Vegan Gaines from, because Vegan Gaines has a long history of fat-shaming other people on the internet. He has a long history of denouncing women for being overweight on the internet specifically. She hates.
So, just because Vegan Gaines acted terribly, that justifies you bullying his wife? Secondly, Vegan Gaines himself gained a lot of weight over the years. Why not point that out? Why fat shame Jasmine? Or only fat shame Jasmine?
It's not possible for him to hear what I've got to say about Vegan Gaines and Jasmine Gaines and Essena O'Neill and receive it in a fundamentally charitable way. Like, hey, this guy is making a point that's important to him. He's offering some kind of criticism, whether it's of the vegan movement or the culture of living in a culture where all that anyone cares about is your physical appearance and beauty.
If you don't want people to care about physical appearance and beauty, again, why did you call Jasmine unattractive? Why did you insult Jasmine's looks in your live stream about Vegan Gaines and in this video you just did right now? If you think beauty should be irrelevant and should not matter, you should stop insulting women on their appearance like you do. I have been saying that to you repeatedly, Eisel, but you just cannot get that simple logic through your head. On the other hand, if you want to judge women's appearance harshly, at least put some effort into your own appearance. If you look down on women for being overweight, don't be overweight yourself. That's my argument.
So I got negative things to say about my ex-wife. Plenty of divorced people do. It's not really that big a deal. All right. But this guy, Fandar, he constructed a theory in his mind that I had some ulterior motives, that I was part of some shadowy conspiracy to manipulate the outcome of my own court case, because I'm such a terrible person, because I made one video talking positively about what a wonderful person my ex-wife was and why I fell in love with her.
So where is that video, Eisel? I can't even search it up now. I did not criticize you for simply making the video saying your ex-wife is a wonderful person. I criticized you for making that video and then hiding or deleting it. That is what made me think that you only did that video for an ulterior motive, and you didn't really mean it.
So this is what I wrote to Fandar. I'm doing this from memory, but I could read it to you verbatim. You know what I mean? I wrote back to him again. See, I'm showing him kindness when he has shown me none.
I was kind to you. I deleted 2 videos about you, which you asked me to through email, and I apologize to you for making those videos. In return, I asked you one question. You refused to answer that question, and you lashed out at me again when I was trying to be civilized with you.
He sent messages to my girlfriend. It's not worth summarizing the level of insult, harassment, defamation, and threats too. We also had threats.
That is another malicious lie from you. I never harassed, threatened, bullied, nor insulted your girlfriend, Melissa. I never called her one insulting name. I was never mean to her at all. The few times where I messaged her online was to ask her, "Hey, Melissa, are you okay in your relationship with Eisel? It doesn't look good. Maybe you should break up with him." And when she did not respond, I was wondering what was going on, so I left a few more messages asking if she was okay. She may have found me annoying and condescending, but I never acted aggressive nor insulting towards her. I may have insulted you in her presence, but I did not insult her. But if she doesn't want me to message her anymore, I will respect that. If I made her feel annoyed and uncomfortable, I apologize, and I will never contact her again. But it's still my opinion that she is in a controlling and toxic relationship with you, based on what is shown. And I'm okay with making videos about that.
So, can we end these years of harassment by going to the police? It was an educational experience. You'll learn how that part of the legal process works in Canada. You know what I mean?
So, Eisel, you think you can harass and insult other YouTubers, but when someone criticizes you and you cannot handle it, you would run to the police? You'll try to get the cops to get rid of them? What a tough guy you are, Eisel.
No, that was not me trying to manipulate the court system. No, there wasn't a conspiracy. No, it wasn't else. No, that was me being a nice guy. He responds to that by writing back and saying, "Oh, well, I can quote a YouTube video where you say that you're not a nice guy."
Yeah, you're only a nice guy when it's convenient for you. Anyways, that's Eisel's video about me, and that's my response to him. I actually thought he was going to somewhat redeem himself in these 2 videos, but he continued to prove himself to be a vile and dishonest bully who masquerades as an intellectual. So what do you guys think of all this? Let me know in the comments.